was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars.
Awesome. 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 You want to go one more round?
Was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant at the twilight's last gleaming, whose love stripes and bright stars was so brilliant.
Woo! Another edition of Who Clean Those Chitterlings? Because you know Around here, we ain't eating everybody's chitlins. Did you cut up any malls in them, any hog malls in them chitlins? Did you cut up any malls in your chitlins? And who's bringing the potato salad? That right there was the rehearsal of the Star Spangled Banner 9 years ago in Cleveland, Ohio, then called the Rocket Arena. The now current President Trump would that evening, that was in the morning, but that evening on that stage, he would claim the Republican nomination July 21st, 2016. And what a ride it's been 9 years later. What hasn't happened is a question. Pandemics, impeachments, defeats, victories. Name it, and we've had it. Name it, and we've had it. I went to Cleveland 9 years ago. I had $300 in my pocket. I wanted to see the president, the next president of the United States, get nominated. I had no connections. I wasn't invited. Wow, what a ride. Imagine if he had never won the presidency and Hillary Clinton had became president, how things would be different. But that isn't how it happened. Russia, Russia, Russia. And President Trump became president of the United States, the 45th, and now the 47th president of the United States. I think that might be the best $300 I invested. I got there Monday. It was crazy. I had nowhere to stay. Protests everywhere. Monday night, the future First Lady Melania Trump spoke. I watched it in a bar right next to Progressive Stadium. A little hole in the wall. The kind I used to like the water in. I didn't know where I was going to sleep. The First Lady, it was Monday night. I didn't know where I was like, where the hell am I going? I don't have enough money to get a hotel. Progressive Stadium, home of the Cleveland, I don't know what they're called now, but 9 years ago, they were called the Cleveland Indians. The president yesterday on Truth called for the return of the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Indian names, the historical. As I watched the future First Lady give her opening speech at opening night of the 2016 Republican convention to nominate her husband, Donald John Trump, the Republican nominee and future president of the United States, I sat there and I pondered, where the hell am I going to stay tonight? I'm going to be sleeping beside some dumpster. 9 years ago today. No, 9 years ago this week. So I'm sitting there watching a speech, and there's an old drunk, homeless looking guy there sitting there. He's in the bar. He had, it's a bar, you buy drinks there. But this guy, he had his own bottle. He had a bottle of wild Irish rose in a brown bag. And he was mumbling at the TV screen. And he was drunk. And I just observed him. After a while, I said, we talked. I started talking. We talked. I asked him what he thought about Trump, and I can't remember, but he was wild. He wasn't drunk. He was wild Irish rose drunk. And after a while, I said, "Yo, man," he's an old drunk man, looked homeless. I was like, "Yo, man, where do you live at?" And he started mumbling, 2100, 2100. What? Where do you live at? He started going 2100, 2100. I was like, what is 2100? 2100 Erie. Cleveland is on Lake Erie, one of the five Great Lakes in America. He's mumbling, wild Irish rose drunk. He's in a bar with a bottle of a brown bag of wild Irish rose. We're watching Melania Trump speak in the bar. It's like has old sofas in there. It's like an old Jack Kerouac type bar, right next to Progressive Field, home of the Cleveland. Back then, they were Cleveland Indians. He kept mumbling 2100, 2100. And after I asked him so many times, what is 2100? And he said it's a homeless shelter. I was like, it's a homeless shelter. Me, I'm there. I have $300 in my pocket. I got from maybe a day or two working at the day labor in Lowell, Massachusetts. Labor Ready. It was called Labor Ready back then. I had worked a day or two, $300. I wanted to be there when the next president. I wanted to be in Cleveland at the convention to see the next president. He wasn't president yet. To see the next president of the United States nominated. So I jumped on a bus and went to Ohio. So as I'm in the bar and we're watching Melania, the future First Lady of the United States, give her speech, the old drunk guy kept saying 2100. And I was like, what is, after a while, he told me 2100 Erie is a homeless shelter. I was there, didn't have nowhere to stay. I would have been staying on the street. I was just going to stay on the street. So I said, "Oh, yeah." So and opening opened for me to have somewhere to stay while I was in Cleveland. I was like 2100 Erie. I was like, it's a homeless shelter. How late can you check in? He said you can check in 24 hours a day. I said, take me. I told the old drunk man sitting there drinking his wild Irish rose in a brown bag. I said, take me there. We walked from Progressive Field, Rocket Arena, downtown Cleveland, over to 2100 Erie. It's like Erie Street. If you know Cleveland, you know Erie. 2100 Erie. It's a homeless shelter. It's right on Lake Erie. We walked across town. I didn't know where I was going. We got to the area. There's people all on the streets, drunks, crackheads, whatever. It's just a shady part of town. We got to the front desk and checked in maybe around midnight. No, maybe it was like 2 in the morning by then. My first time there, checked in. I was so relieved I didn't have to sleep on the streets. Got a bed. I was so happy. It's like God was looking over me. Like he 9 years ago this week. Got there. You have to get up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. though. So get there maybe at, let's say, midnight or 1 o'clock maybe. Get a couple hours sleep. They wake you up around 5, 6 o'clock, feed you. And we off to the races. Tuesday morning, I have a backpack full of clothes. I have a book bag full of clothes. Not full of clothes, but enough to last me a couple days. First day I had my suit. Second day, I pull out I have my Harvard t-shirt. I pull out my Harvard t-shirt and we head back over to Rocket Arena, see if I could get me a ticket to get inside the convention. This is Tuesday. So the big controversy the next day was that the future First Lady Melania Trump had plagiarized Michelle Obama's, the current and her predecessor convention speech. So that was the big talk. Oh, Melania ripped Michelle's speech. So Tuesday was big. I get there early. I get in front of the stadium early. I'm living in Boston area, so when I get there early, there's a WBZ. There's a WBZ camera crew there. WBZ is a CBS station in Boston. They see me with the Harvard T-shirt. Who was it? It was I forgot her name, but I think she's still on there. I'm not there right now. And I get to interview with her, and we talk. It's crazy out there. A convention, not just any convention, but a convention to nominate Donald J. Trump, the 45th president of the United States, the underdog. Most people thought America would come to their senses and elect Hillary Clinton the next president, the 45th president. So we're out there all day. It's just crazy. All types of interviews, all types of networking in front of Rocket Arena, Rocket Mortgage, which it was once called. I'm not sure if the arena is still called that now. And so we're out there. So I talked to a lady. I just network and talk, and I talked to a lady. She comes up to me. She goes, "You go to Harvard?" And I was like, "No, but I live in Massachusetts." And 1 2 1 2. You are listening to Who Clean Those Chitlins? Because we ain't eating everybody's chitlins. So back to the story. July 20, the week of July 20th, 2016, Donald Trump's being nominated for president in Cleveland, Ohio. Mostly LeBron's gone. Justin Bieber turned down $5 million to perform there. The traditional Republicans shunned the convention. The Mitt Romneys, the Governor John Kasich. John McCain was still alive back then. But I'm there. I'm the hip hop Republican. That's it. So I talked to a lady comes up to me while I'm in front of the arena. It's crazy, crowds everywhere, and I don't know the lady, a white lady, and she sees my Harvard T-shirt. So she comes up. You going to You go to Harvard? I'm like, no, I just live in Massachusetts. And so she goes, her son is about to go to Harvard Law School for law. And we just start talking about America and Donald Trump maybe becoming president. And we talk for a good 30 minutes to an hour. As we talked, a black guy walks by and he goes, "Do you still work for Cuyahoga County?" Cuyahoga County is the county Cleveland is located in. And she goes, "Yes." Out of all, there's millions, hundreds of thousands of people out there. A national convention. And I'm talking to a lady who's seen my Harvard T-shirt and comes up and speaks to me. A black guy comes by, older guy. He goes to the lady that I'm speaking to, a white lady I had never met in my life. And the only reason we had started a conversation is because I had a Harvard T-shirt on, and her son was entering Harvard Law. This was July. Her son was entering Harvard Law School in August, the next month. So a guy walks by. "Do you still work for Cuyahoga County?" And she goes, "Yes." And I never asked any questions about it. And the guy walks off. I never say anything about what do you do, blah, blah, blah. I never asked anything. So we have the conversation and we depart each other. So we're out there all day. It's just crazy, all types of things. So this is Tuesday of the convention. So I go back to 2100 Erie. That's the homeless shelter on Lake Erie in downtown Cleveland. Stay there again. I didn't get a chance to get it. I didn't get a chance to get it, any tickets or anything to get into the arena. So Wednesday comes and I get up early. I'm confident now. I had a full day in front of the arena. Yes, that Tuesday. Wednesday. This is Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz and Donald Trump had the long primary. This was going to be Ted Cruz's night. Ted Cruz hadn't decided to endorse Donald Trump yet. And every Donald Trump and his peoples, the Republic, they were putting pressure on Ted Cruz to endorse Donald Trump, but he hadn't yet. So Wednesday morning, I get there. I get there early. I'm out at 2100 early, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Get me something to eat, take a shower. I'm ready. I'm confident now. I've been there 2 days. I'm focused. So I get there in front of the arena Wednesday morning. This is the day before Donald Trump's supposed to speak. And there's all types of action. The mayor of Cleveland, Frank, I forgot Frank's name, the chairman of the Democratic Party, who was Debbie Wasserman Schultz back then, the chairman of the Republican Party, who was Rance Previous. He pulls up in his SUV, blondes all around him, his everything. He's a superstar. It's his convention. Rance, the Republican chairman. Uh, Chuck D's going in. Chuck D pulls up in his SUV. He's going in. Just everything. So I'm sitting there in the alley right in front of the arena, and I see Armstrong Williams. He's the black conservative who is basically running Ben Carson's president, who ran Ben Carson's presidential campaign. So I say to myself, this is my chance to see, because the talk of the town was that there wasn't any people of color in the convention. There was very few. There was 8. The joke was there was 8 black people in the Donald Trump convention in 2016, Republican convention. So it was all on the news, every news story. There's no black people. There's no black people in the convention. So I see Armstrong Williams rolling up on me at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. He's coming out of the arena. He's pretty much coming out of the arena. So I'm like, this is my chance to maybe get a pass inside the arena. Armstrong rolls up close to me. I go, Armstrong, what's going on, man? I don't see no brothers in this convention. Is there any? How does a brother get a pass? You know how a brother can get a pass to get in this convention and support the next president. Armstrong, he does like this, like he don't know how, and then he reaches in his jacket and pulls out a pass. He reaches in the jacket and pull out a VIP pass and hands it to me. It's like, oh my God, yeah. And I look at the pass that he gives me, and I look back up, and he's gone. He's disappeared. Like you hear clips talking about voila, I disappeared and I appeared and disappeared. That's how fast Armstrong had disappeared after giving me that pass. But I was in. I'm in now. Got my book bag, no medal in there. I only got my phone. It's the only medal I got on me. So I'm in the house. I got my pass. I go to the gates. I'm in. I'm in for the day, Wednesday, Ted Cruz Day. I go in the stadium. ABC, Good Morning America, George Stephanopoulos, and Roberts there. I want to say Julia Roberts, but it's the Roberts, Mrs. Roberts, who hosts Good Morning America, is there. Gail King is right beside them with CBS This Morning, and I'm in the house I'm from the homeless shelter to inside the convention with ABC, Good Morning America, and CBS This Morning. Gail King and Robin Roberts. And they're all joking. There's no black people. We're the only black people here. Back then, social media was, Facebook and Instagram, they were young. Facebook was only about 8 years young. Instagram, and I don't even think Facebook owned Instagram back then. Twitter, this is 2016. So now we all use the if we got a moment, we're gonna pull out the camera. But back then it was kind of like, so I pulled out the camera, did some footage. So I'm in and out the arena all day. I got a VIP pass for the day. I'm in and out. I'm all over the place all day. I see the riot squad, everything. So I'm networking. Everybody you can see in there. So we roaming around. So by the time night, of course I'm gonna get some of all the media is there. Complimentary food. Of course I'm gonna get some of them donuts and coffee free. And Ted Cruz night. Ted Cruz speaks. And they have the VIP upstairs, 4th floor. Everybody's up there. They have VIP rooms. They're giving out crab cakes, everything. This is the night before Donald Trump's supposed to speak. Maybe Donald Trump comes in. He's in the helicopter, whatever. Not to the arena, but he gets to Cleveland because he was there for Monday for Melania's speech, and then maybe he left and came back. So we're there. So 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning comes, and I got a pass for Wednesday. If I leave out of the arena, I see all the media, they're filing their reports at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So Sean Hannity, he's doing his show there, Fox. And so I say to myself, if I leave the arena today, there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to get back in for Thursday for Donald Trump's speech. So I stayed a night in the arena. I was on the fourth floor where everybody was at. Paul Ryan, the Johnson guy who owns the New York Jets. Everybody, it was a lot of people, a lot of TV personalities that are on today. And I pick a room, and it must have been one of Donald Trump's kids' rooms. It had a picture of the Trump family on the wall, and it's a VIP. It overlooks the stage where the president was going to be speaking the next evening. So I picked a room and I chill there. It has a full bar. The refrigerator is full of uh, Great Lakes beer. If you're from Ohio, Great Lakes is the big beer there. Christmas Ale, is their big beer, but it was July, so there wasn't Christmas Ale there. But Great Lakes, and there was a beer called Goosehead beer. This is all IPA, good beer, and the bar is full. A Scotch, Crown. So I'm there, and I sleep in the room. They got the cleaning crew. They clean it. They come in. They cleaning around me. They don't say anything. Mostly African Americans. So I wake up in the morning. I'm in and out. So I'm in and out. So I wake up in the morning, rehearsals going on. I'm in the house still. What happened? Okay, that one. No, I know I posted, it was on memories. There was another one. Maybe I didn't share it yet. So I wake up. It's the morning of Donald. The balloons are up and they're rehearsing the Star Spangled Banner, which I played for you guys at the beginning, and just everything. Good Morning America. Everybody's there. It's a big day. Donald Trump's going to be nominated for the Republican nomination. So I'm lit. I got a bar stocked full of the finest scotches and everything. The refrigerator full of beer, IPAs, and it's we getting it in all day. I'm taking pictures of the stage. I'm posting them on Facebook. I'm posting them on Instagram. I'm posting them on Twitter. I'm live the morning of Donald Trump's nomination. I'm live in the arena. You know what I'm saying? I went there with $300. I'm live. I'm on stage. I mean, I got a bird's eye view. So anybody there, in any media, anybody on social media, they can see that I'm right. I'm in the arena. Here goes a reporter. He's kind of like he's on the side of the stage, so he's kind of like right across from me. Early that morning or like in the afternoon. I don't know what they doing, but me, I'm getting lit. I'm getting lit. I'm in the bar, beers crack. I might have some weed on. We might be smoking in there. And I'm doing all types of photos, social media. So I'm there all morning. I'm posting all morning. A lot of this funny thing is, you go to look at memories, and a lot of the lives and stuff I did, Facebook has deleted, or you can see the dates, but the content isn't there anymore. So around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I'm lit. Been been drinking all morning. Scotch, Goosehead IPA. Everybody know Goosehead was my favorite. We're getting lit. All of a sudden, all these black suits start filling the stage. All these black suits. I'm like, what is going on? I've been posting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter all day live there, right? So it's I think it's Donald Trump's rehearsal. I think it's Donald Trump and his crew hits the stage, and I'm taking pictures. I'm doing videos, and I'm in one of the kids, one of his kids, either Eric or Don Jr. I'm in their suite. I'm lit up too, like drinking scotch all morning, drinking IPA. All of a sudden, I hear a knock at the door. I'm like, oh shit. I go to the door. Who is it? Secret Service, Cuyahoga County. I'm like, oh my God. Secret Service is at the door. I'm figuring Donald Trump's on stage rehearsing, so they're monitoring social media, and I'm posting pictures of Donald Trump on stage, and they're about to start rehearsing. All black suits fill the stage. So I got to be cool. I can't be angry, and I wasn't angry. I was a Donald Trump supporter and belligerent. So I open the door and go sit down, drunker than a motherfucker. And they come in. I go, hey guys, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I'm a Donald Trump supporter. I just came to get some social media stuff. They come in. So Philip, I think the guy's name was Philip from Secret Service, and a Cuyahoga County officer. So they go on my book bag. They take the bottle of Crown out because I had overstayed. I knew I had overstayed my welcome. I had to get out of there, and I had put a bottle of Crown Royal in my bag. Already lit. Had drank all the other scotch. They take the Crown out, and I go, man, I ain't got no problems. I ain't causing no. I don't got any weapons or anything. I'm just here to support the next president of the United States. So I get arrested trespassing and something like that. I get arrested. As I'm walking out, Newt Gingrich is there. Newt is right outside the door around the corner in the hallway. He's getting interviewed by maybe Cleveland 19, the Cleveland 19 station. So Cleveland 19 has the footage of me getting arrested and put in the elevator. Take me down. I'm getting arrested. Take me down. I'm drunker than, oh my gosh. So I get arrested. They take me down to Cuyahoga County Holding downtown, right a couple of blocks away from the arena. I I miss I missed the Donald Trump speech that night. So they they book me. They bring me into Cuyahoga County for booking. Mostly, Cleveland's a African American city, and so mostly African Americans are there. They bring me in there, and they're looking like, "What did you do?" I was like, I told them everything that happened. They're all like, "What?" And they're very nice people there. Cuyahoga County Jail downtown. So I'm drunk. A white guy walks me to my cell. He's really nice. He's a white guy, but you can tell he's from the hood. He had all tattoos. He's real cool. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know when I'm getting out. I had very little money on me. So if I needed bail, it was a wrap. But they had been arresting protesters and stuff. So I just walking down, talking to the white guy. He was from the hood though. He had tattoos. He was a brother type thing. He takes me in my cell. He goes, "Don't worry, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna let you know when you're gonna get out." So boom, he puts me in my cell. I pass out. I wake up in the middle of the night. The, the whole thing where you're locked up at is packed. A bunch of Cleveland people getting picked up on warrants, and they're talking all night to each other. They picked me up, man. I was just getting off work, man. I was painting. They gonna pick me up on a warrant, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm in. I missed the Donald Trump acceptance speech, and I'm in Cuyahoga County overnight. The morning comes, the morning after Donald Trump gives his acceptance speech for the 2016 Republican nomination. I wake up. Well, I'm already up. And they come down and they call 9 names, but they didn't call my name yet. So the last one they call, number 10, Mitchell. And they take us all down to see the district attorney. And I see the white guy again. He goes, "Yo, man, I came back to tell you were gonna get out this morning, but you were passed out, man." I was like, "All right, thanks. I appreciate it." They were really nice. Cuyahoga County, shout out. So we go down to the holding cell where we're gonna meet the attorney general. Not we're gonna meet the district attorney. No, not the public defender. We're gonna go down and we're gonna talk to the public defender. 10 of us. I'm the last name. So I'm walking down. So we get in the room, and the public defender is getting everybody's information. I'm the last person to get in the room. So it's a female. And she goes, after she gets everybody's information, I'm the last one. She goes, "Okay, what's your information?" I tell her my name. She looks at me and she's writing. She takes a she takes a double take. I haven't been. This is my first time ever in Cleveland. She takes a double take, and and the public defender goes to me. She goes, "Were you in front of Rocket Mortgage Arena 2 days ago, wearing a Harvard University T-shirt?" It was the public defender, Cuyahoga County public defender, was the white lady who I had the conversation with in front of Rocket Mortgage Arena 2 days before, whose son was going to Harvard. She was a public defender for 25 years at Cuyahoga County. A total stranger who I just happened to have a 45-minute conversation with in front of the arena about America, Donald Trump, her son going to Harvard in August to law school. She goes, "What?" She's like, "Are you the guy with the Harvard t-shirt?" I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, I was like, "Oh, you're the one I talked to." And she goes, "This is fucking crazy. What happened?" And I told her what happened. And she's like, "Come with me right now." She said, "Come with me right now." She 25 years. Remember, while we were talking, a black guy walked by her and asked her, "Do you still work for Cuyahoga County?" But I never asked any questions. I never asked anything. So 2 days later, after I get arrested for trespassing and videotaping Donald Trump's rehearsal, 2 days later in the arena, I bump into the ladies. She's the public defender. She goes, "Come with me right now." I don't know, like, God is good. God is good. He's faithful. And so she comes, "Come with me right now." She marches me into the courtroom. DA, I need to speak with you right now. And she takes the DA into the hallway. God is good. She takes the DA into the hallway, into the courtroom, and her and the DA come out laughing, smiling at me. Channel 19's there because they want to they're there. They want to see because they seen me get dragged out of there. So the judge comes out. He's a brother. He's a black guy. He comes out, and I think she might have went and talked to the judge too. And the judge is smiling at me, laughing, and I'm free. I leave the courtroom, and this is the day after, the morning after Donald Trump is nominated. They know Secret Service is the one who came upstairs, and he knows that I wasn't there to create harm. He knows I was. He knows to this day that I was there to support his nomination. So that's what happened. And that's just a story of faith. Showing up, you got to show up. And here we are 9 years later. President Donald Trump was elected president that November. He didn't even think he was going to win. He won. He won Michigan. He won Ohio. He won Wisconsin. Hillary didn't go to Wisconsin after August, and she lost it. And here we are 9 years later. I never really told that story. I've told it personally to people, and but I never actually told that story on social media. So I thought it was and on the 9th anniversary of that epic moment. I thought I'd tell it today in a time, a story about Harvard, at a time when the president is trying to cut Harvard's funding, a time when the president is just hitting his 6-month anniversary of his second term. This was he hadn't even been president yet. So, we've been through everything. We've been through a global pandemic. We've been through uh, 2 impeachments, January 6th, the Biden victory, the Biden removal. President Trump has been reelected again, first president to be reelected after losing since Grover Cleveland in maybe 1888, something like that, 98. And you're listening to Who Clean Those Chitlins? Because you know we ain't eating everybody's chitlins around here. And you better make sure you cut up some hog maws in my chitlins. And who's bringing the potato salad? And we getting funky this morning like an old batch of collard greens. And what a time in the world. And I thought I'd get on that 9th anniversary, but there's a lot going on in the world. And we're going to get back to it a little later. Everybody have a great Monday morning. And thank you for tasting these chitlins this morning. Be safe. Peace.